Disclaimer. Please click off of this video if you would not like to know any spoilers to the Infinite Warfare campaign, as this video is filled with many spoilers. I would also like to state that if you're kind of confused, the UNSA is the good side and the SDF is bad. What is up, guys? It is Ballistic, and today I'll be bringing you a Call of Duty Infinite Warfare campaign plot summary in 5 minutes. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So our story begins off as Scar Team 7. This includes 3 soldiers known as Wolf, which is the player, and his 2 companions, Sipes and T. These 3 are sent into Europa to secure a nuclear weapon known as the S-Bar. After failing to secure the S-Bar, you are all executed. Mission 2 then begins as Lieutenant Reyes discusses the situation with Admiral Rains. Lieutenant Reyes, which is now the player, leaves and meets his closest friend, Lieutenant Salter. You then discuss the list of names of fallen heroes on a wall, which has massive foreshadowing behind it. You and Salter then see the sights of the city as you make your way to your ship, and you meet Ethan, a robot made for combat, and Admiral Rains. The Aedes guns, the anti-aircraft weapons, soon lock onto you and other UNSA ships and begin to fire. After being shot down, your team then makes their way to the Aedes control tower in Geneva, only to apprehend an SDF spy known as Raya. You then call in your Jackal and take the fight to the sky, where you take on enemy SDF forces in space. Olympus Mons, an SDF supercarrier, then appears and with its new weapons begins to destroy the UNSA fleet. Soon after, UNSA carrier ship Retribution then dive bombs Olympus Mons, and Olympus Mons begins to retreat. You then return to where you are stationed with Lieutenant Salter and Ethan, which is the Retribution carrier. As you and Salter make their way to the captain's quarters, you find out that the captain has died in an attempt to take down Olympus Mons. Admiral Rains then promotes you to commander of the ship because you are the highest ranking officer aboard the ship. Admiral Rains then orders you to take back a cargo port on the moon, which is key to rebuilding the UNSA's fleet. After successfully liberating the moon, Reyes now has to do everything in his power to stall the SDF, buying the UNSA some time to rebuild their fleet. This is when Commander Reyes or the player can choose a handful of missions which he or she would like to commence in order to stall the SDF forces. A more crucial mission displays itself as you and a group of Marines are sent to Titan, a moon of Saturn, to cripple SDF fuel supply. Soon after, you are sent to Mercury, where you find out that it was a decoy plan that lured you in, which was set up by the SDF to allow the SDF to destroy the UNSA destroyer Tigris. This leaves the Retribution as the only UNSA ship left. A little after, Reyes then learns that Raya is carrying a beacon with him, which will lure the SDF fleet into Earth. So Reyes fabricates a plan which lures the SDF fleet into Earth, allowing the Aedes guns to destroy them. This plan goes horribly wrong, which soon leads to the death of Raya, and Olympus Mons destroys UNSA headquarters, killing Admiral Rains. Reyes then decides the only way to stop the SDF is to board the supercarrier Olympus Mons and commandeer it. Reyes then manages to make his way through and kill Admiral Koch, the SDF commander of Olympus Mons. After commandeering Olympus Mons, Reyes then takes Olympus Mons to Mars, where he and others attempt to destroy an SDF orbital shipyard. After taking too much damage, Reyes orders Olympus Mons to ram the shipyard. This plan fails as Retribution falls into Olympus Mons' flight path, causing the ships to divert, and they both wind up crashing on the Martian surface. Commander Reyes soon realizes that he and others have no way of getting back to Earth. He then makes a plan which separates 2 groups of soldiers and survivors, one which will go into the SDF destroyer, and the other one which will go into the orbital shipyard. Lieutenant Salter and Commander Reyes are separated between these groups. So after rallying up a group of survivors to finish the assault on the shipyard, they make their way through and Salter commandeers an SDF destroyer. The weapons on it are disabled though because the mooring clamps are locked. Ethan then sacrifices himself to unlock them, and Reyes orders Salter to open fire on the orbital shipyard. Although Reyes is on it, Salter obeys her orders and fires upon it, sending Reyes into the middle of space. He then sees the orbital shipyard explode, and due to its explosion, a flying piece of shrapnel punctures him and kills Commander Reyes. Now to bring you back to the list of fallen heroes, Commander Reyes' name is added to it, as well as the others who sacrificed their lives for the greater good. The UNSA honors them and states that the destroying of the orbital shipyard was a UNSA victory. And one of the 4 survivors left after the orbital shipyard onslaught was Lieutenant Salter. And that is how our story ends. As the story ends, the credits begin to appear. Inside of the credits, there are 8 heroic characters from the campaign, which have audio tracks behind them, and you can listen to their death letters they wrote before they died. Which, by the way, for listening to all 8, you get a special achievement. So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you liked the video and you would like to see more types of these videos, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you guys think of this campaign. And don't forget, constructive criticism is always appreciated. And without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.